Most of us were introduced to history through a very specific lens: thick textbooks, memorizing dates, and a distant third-person narrator reciting events from centuries ago. It is an approach that prioritizes objective facts, but it often struggles to keep a modern audience awake. But open up YouTube or TikTok today, and you will see the past presented at a dizzying pace. Millions of viewers are clicking on AI-generated, hyper-dramatized dark history shorts that trade dry dates for fiery thumbnails and terrifying first-person narratives. These videos regularly pull in tens of millions of views. That kind of retention is not random. It is the direct result of a ruthlessly optimized, heavily engineered narrative framework designed to exploit human attention. To understand how our digital diet is currently shaping our perception of the past, we need to take a look under the hood. We have to reverse engineer the exact blueprint of a viral history video. The true driver behind these massive channels lies in how the information is packaged. They rely on a precise psychological formula that feeds on our innate craving for suspense, betrayal, and hidden truths. Step 1 of the formula is the 15-second empathy hook. A traditional documentary might start with a map or a timeline. The viral script bypasses broad context entirely, throwing the viewer directly into a first-person survival scenario. Take a recent script about the fall of Tipu Sultan. Within the first breath, the narrator declares they are the Tiger of Mysore, standing in a burning city, bleeding and facing their final moments against an invading army. By pairing this aggressive first-person perspective with heavy sensory audio cues, like distant cannons or rapid breathing, the creator traps viewer attention in those crucial opening seconds before they can scroll away. Once the audience is locked in, Step 2 initiates the contextual shift. Around the 15-second mark, the tone drops the panic. A conversational storyteller takes over, pulling the viewer back to promise a hidden, often shocking truth. We see this mechanism perfectly applied in scripts about the Taj Mahal. The video acknowledges the universally known romantic legacy of the white marble tomb, only to immediately pivot and promise a dark reality underneath. The narrative directs the viewer away from the monument itself. It forces them to look at the surrounding environment, detailing the horrific Deccan famine happening at the exact same time and the crushing taxes placed on starving peasants to fund the emperor's massive construction project. Taking a widely beloved historical symbol and promising a dark, hidden secret creates an irresistible curiosity gap. The viewer stays to see how the pristine image they know gets deconstructed. After laying out the context, the script moves to Step 3, value delivery. To maintain high viewer retention through the middle of the video, the formula requires a clear antagonist or a devastating internal betrayal. Returning to the Tipu Sultan narrative, the turning point arrives when a trusted commander, Mir Sadiq, is bribed by the enemy. He quietly pours water on the defending army's gunpowder. This specific act of sabotage becomes the mechanism that drives the story forward to its bloody conclusion. This tension funnels directly into Step 4, the graphic climax. This segment is the carefully engineered emotional and visual peak of the entire video. In scripts analyzing the Salem witch trials, the climax relies heavily on the horrifying execution of a 71-year-old man named Giles Corey. As heavy stones are piled onto his chest to force a confession, he refuses to yield. The narrative focuses intensely on his defiance. He shouts, "More weight," until his ribs collapse. This kind of shocking violence, or heroic final stand, delivers on the initial promise of a dark secret. The graphic climax serves a structural purpose. It acts as the essential emotional payoff for the tension carefully built during the earlier betrayal phase, locking the viewer in until the final seconds. Finally, we reach Step 5, the aftermath. To prevent the viewer from feeling manipulated by pure shock value, the formula requires the historical tragedy to be wrapped up with a modern moral lesson. The conclusion of the Taj Mahal script provides a textbook example. Emperor Shah Jahan is overthrown by his son and imprisoned in the Agra fort, forced to stare at his own creation from a balcony as poetic justice for his cruelty. This moral lesson feeds directly into the call-to-action engine. The script explicitly channels the emotional weight of the tragedy to drive channel growth. You will consistently hear variations of the phrase, "If this untold story gave you goosebumps, subscribe." It is a psychological trigger designed to translate lingering feelings of empathy or outrage into a physical click. As these channels dominate algorithms, history on digital platforms operates as a highly engineered emotional product designed for mass consumption rather than a purely academic recounting of facts. By recognizing this precise narrative formula, we can appreciate the brilliant storytelling mechanics at play. It allows us to enjoy the drama while remembering the vital importance of independently verifying the historical secrets we are being sold.